special Saturday night edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. Ready to return, here's Hilliard. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
This is Bell, and he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Cardinals. 48 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
On first down, Hurts. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early...
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Le'Veon Bell taking it in. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts the defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Fielded in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did because, to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. On play action, they'll throw. Past the 20. The left side throw complete to Adams. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know they're becoming regulars.
After review of the play, the running on the field is reversed.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
That's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now, I've got a full package, a guy who could do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the 1st. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll go down at the 28. Pretty good 1st down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Le'Veon Bell with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they run the option on second down. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Throwing is Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Bell. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for...
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the win.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
44 yards.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A gain of
14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Dante Hightower on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
15-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The pass.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. That's out to the left and complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They had it 1st and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage,
and didn't get it back.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd down, here's Hurts. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This is the tight end, Njoku. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And
when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Hurts. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, 58 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
To me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
The pass.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Packers take over 1st and 10.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Looking deep for Adams. And he fires one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into...
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind. Because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. that doesn't happen, it looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Number 38.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers get a score closer. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it with Bell. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Hurts sets up to throw it. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st.
Now that definitely hurts, because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Bell. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Ball carrier.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his 1st. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. They'll try and run for it with Bell. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
No gain on the play.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Formation.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun, because let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver. But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Adams. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a big play for the Pack on 3rd. 42 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. As time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He'll buy some time right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Malik Turner, 44 yards. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side. And now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Off play action, Clark. That's caught by Hollister. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Clark. This will be caught just inside the 10. Then he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Clark operating from the gun. That's complete right around the 8. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, what'd you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Green Bay offense defense now about ready to take possession here.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He was looking for his tight end, Jay Sternberger, there.
And that'll bring up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
A big play there. 77 yards. And the Packers are back within a score.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to match the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. Now a first down carry by Jones. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Jones with a nice gain there on first down as he takes us forward and call it a pickup of 6.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
First and 10 on the 21-yard line.
Clark now off the play fake. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Ronald Jones ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
So the Packers down by 10. At time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. McCain. That's complete to Turner. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far. But a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. The man is caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Again, it's Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive